be the embodiment of Christ consciousness and to be the example as our beloved brother before us. Another thing I just want to mention real quickly is I will always refer to Jesus as Yeshua, one and the same. I'm sure most all of you know that to start with. So, with that being said, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a picture to start with, and then we're going to do a very short meditation, and I'm going to ask you to position yourself in a couple different positions or places. This is Ventron's wheel. You can all see it. This is 2 years of channeling, 12 separate drawings to get to this stage. It's been deemed a sacred object by most of the theologians in the world. I didn't bring this today to talk about this. I just wanted to show you where this is going to be going today. Of these 6 folks, which represent the completion of life, everything's on here, your whole energetic system. You probably recognize a few things. But this symbol right here, I think, is the most appropriate for today. This is the Christed child symbol. This represents Christ consciousness. And what it is a baby inside of an Akashic uterus. And that baby, at its birth, will begin down here and work its way up to its point of origin, or God, or however we want to metaphorically describe that. So, with that being said, I'd like you to go back, and we're going to take a few breaths when we're ready to do this, but I would like you to go back, if you have any memory. If you don't, just make it up in your imagination of when you were in your mother's womb and you were given the spark of life. That spark came through your mother, it came through the Father, it came through God, and all we recognize as holy. But that's typically how we all begin. So let's take 3 nice deep breaths, close your eyes, and just be for a moment. 1. I'd like you to bring everything that you've ever been into this circle right now. That includes all lives, all times, all planets. I'd like you to bring your own presence into the circle at this time. All that you are, all that you believe, all that your experience has taught you. Now, the most important one. I would like you to visualize in your own mind's eye what you are yet to become. What does life mean to you? Are you here just to take up space? I don't think so. If you're here right now, I believe you're on a destiny journey. Each and every one of us. When you see your future self, know that that self has no limits. Just like the child on this drawing, at the time of birth, no limits. But each and every one of us, without exception, was born with a spark of life. You can look at that spark as a spark of energy. Now that energy, at the very starting point, is very small within the baby's womb, or the mother's womb, the baby's body. But as that baby is born, according to the experience of that baby's life, it may either expand that light of energy, or that energy of light, or it may contract. If the child is raised in a harsh environment, obviously it's going to contract. If that child is raised in a loving environment with caring parents, that spark will continue to grow and grow. With that being said, I want to say a few words about Christ consciousness. What does that mean to each and every one of us exactly? Well, probably each one of us has a little bit different take on what that might mean. So I'm going to give you my impression. It doesn't have to line 100% with your impression. The Christ consciousness is about awareness. Your awareness of how observe. What part of that world are you? Are you willing to give more than you take? Are you willing to understand more than you are willing to fall into judgment? Are you willing to step away when anger seems to raise its ugly head? Are you willing to look for the lessons and all that can be taught from every challenging experience that you've gone through in your life? Is your life move forward through the realms of humility? This gratitude for all that you have, all that you are yet to become, part of your reality. As you fill yourself with love, are you willing to share that? Are you willing to push all that you are in the realms of love out into the world so they can feel you and be a part of you? This is such a critical part of our process. Exampleship. The people encounter you and feel that Christ consciousness is beginning to grow. If you notice, many people feel much more approachable than others. They're starting to be an example of Christ consciousness. I think one of the best beloved brother Yeshua loved to teach through parables. And I know when I was younger, I asked, why the parables? Why not just tell it like it is, tell the truth? But the truth of the matter is if you challenge someone's belief system in any walk of life, typically you're going to get resistance because they don't know what you know, and you expect them to feel what you feel when they're not feeling exactly what you feel. So Jesus, in his infinite wisdom, taught through parables, the Sermon on the Mount, the spreading of the seeds. Your actions ultimately will be what you experience and how those around you will experience you. So one of the parables I believe is appropriate this time. And we have a beloved pregnant sister in the audience at the moment. But at the time of birth, a mother, let's just say, such as our beloved Cassandra, experiencing birth for the first time. And you bring that baby home,